Hello and welcome to this Matchday 11 for the Majors First Division of Season 25 of SSL Soccer Action. I'm your host, Patrick, and I'm excited to bring you some great matchups. We're jumping right into it. We're having Reykjavik United taking on Shanghai Dragons. Shanghai matchup right there. We're going to get the standings because the standings aren't going to be up there. I don't believe. No, they're not because of the reset on the files. A little bit of an issue, which is fine. We can work through it. Reykjavik sitting in 4th with 11 points. Shanghai sitting in 5th with 10 points. Overall, this should be a great matchup as we get underway. Corner kick for Johnson of Shanghai. It's sent in. It's knocked out. Albinson comes away with it. Back into Johnson. Johnson shot. And it's a good save by Fiery Chicken. It's going to lead to another corner. Johnson on this other corner right out here. Sends it in. Headed back out. Johnson's going to get to it. Sends it right back in. Headed. Big save by Chicken. It's going to be another corner, but that's a huge save by Chicken. Johnson sends it out to Albinson. Albinson over. Shot blocked. Jimis's shot was blocked. Shaheen taking up down the sideline and sends it out, and we go into the sit. Another corner. Johnson getting their work in. Albinson has it. Sends it into Johnson's shot, and it's over the bar. Tipped over. It's going to be a corner. Johnson over top of this corner. Sends it in. Headed back out. Johnson's going to win to it. Over Jimis's. That shot is blocked. Or Johnson. That was a shot by Johnson. Sorry. Dinah Skogard booked in the 7th minute. Another corner for Shanghai. Albinson with it. Over. Jimis's shot. And it's another save. Jimis's shot, and that one's going to go in. Thomas Jimithus buries it to give Shanghai a 1-0 lead. You give them enough corners, that's what's going to happen. Johnson sends it out to Albinson over to Jimithus. Deflects off of Skogard a little bit, I believe. And in. 1-0 Shanghai. Shanghai with the ball, sending it all the way back. Last time these two played each other, it ended in a 2-2 draw. And that's a goal! Beautiful goal. Off the defender. They are saying that it was offside. We're going to get a look at it. There's going to be no challenge on it. Oh, nope, that goal counted. Sorry. Skogard over to Williams, into Shaheen, off a Lind and in. Takechi did not have a chance at it. Really weird play there. Looked away for a second and it goes in. That's my bad. 22nd minute. Reykjavik with it. Debratov. Back to Chambers. That's going to send it all the way back to the goalie. They've played each other twice this season. Shanghai Reykjavik winning the first one 2-1. Draw in the second one 2-2. Cortista sends it in. Shot, save. It's going to be a corner for Reykjavik. Overcross shot. Cortista, and that's going to be another corner. Good save by Takechi. Tentacle sends it in. There, Marino over to Cortista. Shot, and that's going to be wide. This will be a goal kick for Shanghai. Reykjavik with 12 wins against Shanghai. There's only been one draw against them. Volda with a shot off the crossbar and out of play. What a rocket of a shot there by Volta. 10 corners so far for Shanghai. Johnson with the corner, sends it in. Off the post! And cleared all the way down. Takachi coming up with the loose ball, sending it forward. 40th minute, Tentacles with a corner for Reykjavik. Reykjavik United sends it in, headed out, goes to Nea Maria, over to Cortista! Trey Cortista with a rocket! Past Takachi. Makes it 2-1 Reykjavik in the 41st minute. The header lands at Nea Marino's feet, pass over to Cortista, and it's just rocketed into the net. It's a good goal for Reykjavik, 2-1. 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first, and we're at halftime. 2-1 shots. 8-3 for Reykjavik, 3 on target. Shanghai 13, 8 on target. Goal XG kind of favoring Shanghai 1.1 to 1.05 and 51% possession in favor of Reykjavik United. Goals by Trey Cortista. And we're kicking off for the second. Second half, Shanghai gets the ball. Ball goes out of play. We're going to go into the sim. Chambers with it, sends it up. Gets it up to Shaheen. Shaheen running. Shaheen looking. Shaheen sends it in. Headed and comes down with it. Kachi with a good grab out of the air. Tentacles sends it in to Bartov. Over to Tentacles. Back to Bartov. Milduro shot. And that's going to be a goal kick. Not on target. Albertson with it. Almost loses it, but DeVelchio comes away with a good pass to them. Looking, crosses it in, shot, block, follow-up shot, and Chicken turns it over the bar, and it's going to be a corner. Johnson over top of this corner. Sends it in. Headed back out, but Johnson's going to come down with it. Over to Albertson. Crosses it in to Jimithis. Jimithis with it. Sends it back. Cortista's won the race, and Cortista comes away with it. Reykjavik now with the ball. Sends it all the way back to Chambers, and we're going back into the sim. 60th minute here. Fiery Chicken with a goal kick. Sends it up to Chambers. Chambers has some space. Get over to Pushkin. Pushkin with it. Over to Chambers. Over to Skovgaard. Skovgaard running now. Skovgaard looking. Skovgaard about to cross it. Sends it in, and Takachi just takes it. Not much danger in that cross. It goes right to Takachi. And now Shanghai looking to respond. Up to Johnson, over to Jimithis. Stepped into, DeBartov comes away with it. Over to Neymario. Heavy touch, goes to Hohenheim, and now Shanghai with it. Johnson. Up to Johnson. Chambers tries to take away, but Jimithis comes away with the loose ball, and Thomas Jimithis gets their brace off of taking the ball right from Reykjavik and just racing past him. It was a good takeaway by Chambers, but heavy touch off it, and the ball just goes to Jimithis, and Jimithis beats Chicken, and it's now a 2-2 game. Shanghai still looking for their first ever victory over Reykjavik. Marino over to Pushkin, over to Tentacles. Tentacles up to Bartov, over Mildaro, over to Shaheen. Shaheen with it. Shaheen looking, crosses it in, and Takachi takes it out of the air. 66 minute, still 2-2. First division action here in the SSL. Johnson comes away with it, but Tentacles takes it back off the pass. Good interception from Tentacles. Chambers with it. Back to Chicken, over to Prushkin. Prushkin looking over to Bartov. Heavy touch. Voda comes away with it. Shot, and that is high and wide. Keeps it 2-2. 10 shots on target for Shanghai. A lot of shots in this game for both teams. 10 for Shanghai. I believe it's 8 for Reykjavik. DeVelchio with Shanghai crosses it in. Chicken climbs the ladder. Flap, 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 and comes down with it. Tentacles. Up. Cortista finds Nate Marino. Give and go. Finds Rashford, and that's a big save. Rashford was offside. 15 minutes left in this original 90. Peter Lind was the own goal on Shanghai. Thomas Jimethus, the lone goal scorer for Shanghai as well. Johnson sends it in. Headed out to Albertson. Owen Johnson. Burnson sends it up. Bunsen sends it up over to Jimethus. Jimethus over to Johnson. Johnson back to Lind. Over to DeVelchio. Over to DeSoto. Johnson with it. Shanghai taking their time, looking for a good movement. And that wasn't it. Pass to Jimethus. Gets taken away. DeBartov with it for Reykjavik. Cortista pressing up for Shanghai. And Reykjavik breaks it. And now Tentacles is up the sideline with a lot of space. Tentacles looking for the cross. Sends it in. And it's George Shaheen on the other side of that pass. And Reykjavik takes the 3-2 lead with just a little bit over 10 minutes left. Tentacles, tons of space after breaking Shanghai's press. Crosses it over to Shaheen. And Shaheen just taps it in. Taparuni gives them the 3-2 lead late in the second half. Down to the last minute. We're going to get 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first. 30 seconds left of the minimum stoppage time. Nate Marino with the free kick. They're just taking their time. Standing over this ball until the ref tells them they have to go. Sends it in. Shaheen's header. And Takachi takes it down. 15 seconds left of the minimum stoppage time. DeSoto up to DeVecchio. DeVecchio up to Albertson. Quick in, and Chicken comes away with it. Chicken, and that's going to be it. 3-2 Reykjavik with the win. Reykjavik 7 shots on target compared to Shanghai's 11. We had goals from Trey Cortista and George Shaheen on the other side. Thomas Jimethus with the 2 goals for Shanghai. Reykjavik extends their lead on Shanghai and marks the 13th time that they have won that game. Next up, we're going to have Catalune taking on Sheila Cosmico. Take a brief break. And we're about to go. Catalune sitting in second. 18 points in this first division majors. Shayla Cosmico struggling, down in 6th place with 10 points. Can't trust the standings on there for reasons. Check the news on the site. It will explain it to you way better than I can. Last time these teams met, CF Cataluna came away with the 1-0 win. They also won earlier on Matchday 1 4-0 over Shayla Cosmico. Cataluna has 4 wins in the series, 3 for Shayla, 1 draw. Very even series. Cataluna with the ball. D. Garon with it. Working their way up, looking for the cross, heavy touch. Warwick takes it away. Moretti tries to clear it, but it just goes to Fry of Cataluna. Bad pass in is taken by Kaneki. And Shayla is trying to settle it down. Okoro does. Gets it up to Adelaide 2%. Adelaide 2% with it. Sends it into the box, headed, and that's just a little bit too strong of a header that goes straight up off the head and over the bar. Warwick with the throw in for Shayla. Bad throw in, goes straight to Ahmed, who tries to clear it, but Shayla comes back with it. Warwick with it, over to Moretti, up to Chevalier, Capybara Chevalier. Bad pass taken away by Salazar, over to Furcaco, over to Degaron. Degaron passes it into Fry, off the post and in. Bernardo Fry opens up the scoring for CF Cataluna off of a good pass by Degaron. Degaron with a ton of space here. Sees Fry making the run. Feeds it in. Fry uses every inch of the goal, knocking it off the post and in. And it's going to be a 1-0 CF Cataluna lead. Corner kick for Shayla Cosmico. Sends it in. Shot blocked. Goes all the way out for Kako with it. Kako looking. Sends it up to Degaron. Degaron with the assist earlier. Sends it in. Headed out by Monroe, I believe. Allied 2% with it. Or Salazar with it. Allied 2% marking. Correll comes away with it for Shayla. Monroe is taken out. That was a bad tackle by Dave Trista. Throw in. Warwick sends it in on the cross, and it comes all the way back to Adelaide 2% with it. Crosses it in. Far side of the box. That's headed back out. Warwick with it. Sends it up to Chevalier. Chevalier looking. Crosses it. Emerson over to Terrell, and that is offside. Free kick for Cataluna. Cataluna with the ball. Shayla takes it right away. Kaneki with it. Sends it over to Warwick. Warwick looking. Sends it in. Headed around Monroe. Back to Adelaide 2%. Taken away by Furcaco. It comes back to Okoro. Shayla still with it. Adelaide 2%. Back to Adelaide 2%. Over to Chevalier. Moretti tries to find Kaneki, but that's going to fall to Slothenberg's feet, and they're going to pick it up and look for the outlet pass. Taking the time, rolls it over. And Shayla with the quick takeaway. Quick shots tipped over by Slothenberg. This will be a Shayla Cosmico corner. 14th minute. Sends it in. Headed back out. Kaneki with it. Kaneki running. Kaneki marked by Daytrella. Sends it in. Turns around. Shot. And Slothenberg gets their fingers to it. And it's knocked over the bar. Terrell with the corner. Shot. Big block. It's going to be another corner kick. Warwick over top of this corner. Looking. Sends out to Chevalier. Chevalier shot. And it's wide. High and wide. It's going to be a goal kick. For Cataluna. Shayla Cosmico putting a lot of pressure. But so far, Cataluna answering all that. Emerson shot, and it's saved by Slothenberg again. Big save. Keeping it a 1-0 game. 21st minute here. Warwick with the corner. Sends it up to Chevalier, over to Terrell, shot, and it's over the bar. This will be a goal kick for Cataluna. Free kick for Cataluna. Ahmed sends it in. Adelaide 2% tries to clear it, but it's back to Ahmed. Over to Kawasaki. If I mispronounce names in this game, a lot of it is just me trying to read it. Sometimes it doesn't come across well, but I'm trying. 1-0, Cataluna in the 35th minute. Free kick for Terrell, or corner kick for Shayla Cosmicos. Terrell sends it in, headed, and tipped wide. It's going to be another corner kick. Shayla, tons of corners, no goals so far. Hoping to change that here. Sends it in, headed, and that is just going to be an off-target header. It's going to be a goal kick for Cataluna. And we go to Simmons. Adelaide 2% sends it in, headed around. Okoro comes away with it, up to Warwick. Warwick turns. The Trella marking, sends it in, and it's off of a Daguerron of Cataluna. Own goal there. The pass in from Warwick bounces right off of Daguerron, and there's not much Daguerron could do because it was going to Monroe anyways. Unfortunately, it just goes into the net off of Daguerron. And that's going to tie this game up 1-1. Shayla with a good cross that gets the own goal after all the pounding on the door. The door finally creaks open for him. 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first. Moretti over. It was Kana. Emerson all the way back to Mobeck. Moretti over to Chevalier, back to Moretti. Bad pass. Ahmed comes away with it. Bernardo Fry with it. Bernardo Fry loses the ball to Chevalier, and it's going to be a foul. Don't think that was in the box. They are going to review it to see if it was in the box, but I'm almost 100% sure it was not in the box, so we're not getting a penalty here. I'd be absolutely shot. No penalty. It's going to be a free kick from the spot of the foul. Sends it in, headed out by Warwick. It's going to be a corner. Bernardo Fry, this might be the last action of the half. Corner for Cataluna, sends it in, headed around. Chevalier tries to get it cleared. It goes to Furcacco, and there's the halftime whistle. 1-1. 13 shots for Shayla, 5 on target, 4 for Cataluna, 2 on target. 1.05 XG for Shayla, 0.49 for Cataluna. Shayla with the majority of the possession at 57%. Seeing some of the halftime stats, and we're going to get into the second half here shortly. Like I said, it was shortly. Cataluna kicks off, gets it back to Belzebot. Fry with it over to Jenkins. Jenkins looking, finds Furcacco. Furcacco with the chance here. Sends it off of Okoro, and that's going to be a corner for Cataluna. Cataluna Fry over top of this corner for him. Sends it in. Sends it out to Furcacco. Furcacco into Fry. Fry with it. Into the box. Fry was offside. Getting my breakfast in as I'm announcing. Warwick. Up to Moreau. Over to Chevalier. Back to Warwick. Warwick over to Adelaide 2%. That's taken away by Cataluna. Salazar looking to get it up and does. Almost comes down to Belzebot, but Shayla took it away. Emerson with it. Emerson looking, sends it in the box, and Slothenberg grabs it before any danger comes. Slothenberg over to Daytrella. Daytrella up to Degron. Adelaide 2% sends it over to Emerson, over to Konecki. Shot! Big save by Slothenberg. It's going to be a corner for Shayla, who has been hammering at the door, still looking for the second goal. Put him up top. Warwick all the way out to Chevalier, over to Miscana, over to Terrell. Shot! Big outstretched save from Slothenberg to keep this a tied game. 1-1. Degeron on the other end on corner here. 54th minute sends it in, headed out. Fry comes away with it. Fry is always smart in the box, sends it over. Shot is blocked. It's going to be a corner. Emerson getting the block on that one. Fry over top of this corner. Bernardo Fry sends it in. Monroe sends it out, but Fry gets to it. Over to Jenkins, over to Furcacco. Shot block over to Fry. Fry with it. Shot saved by Mobeck. Fry over top of this one. Sends it in. Headed back out. Fry has it now. Fry into Furcacco. Over to Fry, but Moretti is marking them well and gets it took away. Sends it up to Moreau. Heavy touch goes back to Cataluna, but we are simming. '67th minute, Jenkins with it, sends it into Furcacco. Over to Bonito, shot, save. Bonito was offside. 70th minute now and beyond. Adelaide 2% over to Coro. Coro with it over to Chevalier. Chevalier sends it up to Terrell, who tries to find Moreau, but that's a great jump by DeTrella. But the loose ball comes down to Konecki. Konecki into the box, off of people. Terrell with the shot that's blocked out of play. It's going to be a corner for Shaylock. Warwick over top of this corner, sends it in. Headed back out, Chevalier, one-touch shot, saved by Slothenberg, another corner. Slothenberg playing a great game so far. Terrell over top of this corner for Shaylock, sends it in, headed, and that is going to go out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Cataluna. Cataluna's corner defense has been outstanding today. And we're down to 10 minutes left of the original 90. And we're flying through the first half of that. And we're through that. 87th minute for Kako with Cataluna with a late chance. Sends it in the box. Headed out by Moretti. Off of Furcacco. They settle it at the corner. Fry. Degeron over to Bott. And that shot is blocked. It's going to be a corner. Fry over top of this corner. Looking to send it in. Does. Headed back out to Fry. Over to Furcacco's shot blocked. It's bouncing around and it's cleared. We're going to get 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first one. Through the second one. Through the third one. Last play. Fry. Loses it. Shaylock comes away with it. Into the box. And there's the final whistle. 1-1. What a draw. Shayla had a lot of chances, just could not get that second goal as much as they tried. But CF Cataluna fought back on possession and took over the majority of the possession. Ends 1-1. Bernardo Fry with the goal for Cataluna. Degeron was an own goal when Warwick passed it off of them and into the net. Great matchup, and we'll go to the third and final game of this match day. It's on B. Union of Sao Paulo taking on Hollywood. Be right back for that in a second. And we're about to kick off in this Union of Sao Paulo. Union is sitting in third place with 3 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses, 12 points. Hollywood FC having a great season, 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, with 23 points, sitting in first in the first division. Last time these two teams met, it was Unio beating Hollywood 2-1. That was in the second game of this season. They've met 3 times this season. Hollywood won the first one 2-0. Unio won 2-1, and then in the quarterfinal cup, Unio Sao Paulo won 4-3 in extra time. Cotswold with it. Cotswold's going to take the shot, and it goes in. Work for Cotswold, putting Unio Sao Paulo up 1-0. And it looks like Hollywood's respond with Moth. Big save, but Dabra gets it over to Mograin, and it's sent into Martel, and Martel buries it. 1-1. Pete Martel, rook for Cotswold. Both on the score sheet. 1-1. To have commentary only. Sometimes it happens. It's okay. Cotswold sends this in, cross in, comes down. Mulder over to Rubio. Rubio with the shot and in. 2-1. Unio Sao Paulo. Julian Rubio. 29th minute goal. Unio giving Sao Paulo their only loss of the season thus far, and looking to try to give them their second loss of the season. Head-to-head, Hollywood FC owns the series, 26 wins. Union Sao Paulo, 15 wins. There's been 9 draws. We have a throw-in, 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first minute. Rubio over to Nelson. Nelson with it. Nelson looking. Nelson shot. Heads that back out. And we are at halftime. 2-1 Union Sao Paulo halftime lead. 8 shots. 3 on target for Unio, 7 shots, 2 on target for Hollywood FC. 1.25 XG for Unio, and 1.31 for Hollywood. Possession favoring Sao Paulo. It's 53%. Goals by Cotswold and Rubio. On the other side, you had a goal by Pete Martel. Second half starting day group kicking it off for Unio. Cotswold. Up. Ayo. Hoey. Kirkpatrick sends it over to Pizzotto. Over to Hashimoto. Back to Pizzotto. Pizzotto over to Head. Head sends it up to Cotswold. Cotswold don't run it up the sideline. Moth marking. That slide was taken AOE out. Calderon with it for Hollywood. Over to Dabra. Dabra with it. Dabra over to the corner, and Hashimoto steps in, and that's going to be a throw-in for Hollywood FC, and we're off to the sim. Corner kick. Skovgaard over top of this corner. Looking to send it in, then does. Headed back out to Skovgaard. Skovgaard with it over to Dabra. Dabra settles it. Shot. Big save. It's going to be another corner. Mograin over top of this corner. Sends it in. Headed back out. Mograin with it. Tries to head it back in. And that's going to be a throw-in for Hollywood FC. A lot of action in this game. Pizzotto for Unio with a free kick. Tries to get it over to Head and does. Head gets it up to Nelson. Nelson sends it up to Rubio. Rubio with it. Rubio can't handle it, but they were offside anyways. Still 2-1. Unio's lead. Free kick. Calderon sends it in. Hashimoto away with it. Sends it over to Agra. Over to Nelson, but Hollywood comes away with it. Moff with it. Over. Martel's shot is saved by Aguilera. Can't say that name this morning for some reason. Skovgaard sends it in. Headed out. De Groot heads it even further. Rubio looking to win the race. Doesn't. Dobra comes away with it for Hollywood FC. Rubio tackles them, and it's going to be a free kick for Hollywood in a dangerous location. Corner kick for Cotswold. Cotswold looking. Sends it in. De Groot comes away with it. De Groot with it. Stepped into by Skovgaard. Sent back out. Pizzotto with it. Pizzotto looking. Pizzotto looking. Sends it into head. And that shot is marked. That shot was blocked. It's going to be a corner. Cotswold sends it in. Headed back out to De Groot. De Groot with it over to Cotswold. And heavy touch. Moff takes it away. Mulder takes that one away. Shot, and it's saved by Wallerson. Cotswold over top of this one. Sends it in. Headed, and Wallerson comes down with it. Wallerson sends it out. Head with it over to De Groot. Sends it up to Rubio. Rubio with it. Rubio's shot, and it's a big save by Wallerson. It's going to be a corner kick for Uniono. 74th minute. Cotswold over this one. Sends it in. Headed out. And we're down to 15 minutes left of the 90. Hashimoto sends it in Mulder. Over to Pizzotto. Pizzotto looking. Sends it all the way back to Aguilera. Cotswold over to AOI. And Kupinis comes away with it. Up to Moff. Moff with the run. Moff looking. And Cotswold with a great layout tackle. Clears it, but it only goes so far. And that shot by Calderon is going to be well wide. All the way through to the 87th minute. Pizzotto up to Hashimoto. Back to Pizzotto. All the way back to Aguilera. Over to Kirkpatrick. Back to Pizzotto. Over to Hashimoto. Over to Hashimoto running with it. Looking. And Dobra with the great takeaway. Sends it up, but Uniono comes away with it. Nelson with it. Nelson looking. Nelson races past everyone. Nelson fires, and Wallerson with a big save. Keeps it 2-1, but it's going to be a corner kick for Uniono Sao Paulo. Cotswold over top of this corner. It's in the 88th minute. This could be the heartbreaker for Hollywood. Sends it in, headed, and Wallerson with a good save. Cotswold over top of this one, 89th minute. 2-1, Uniono's lead. Sends it in, headed around. Slab head down to De Groot. Shot! And Nerve De Groot puts it into the net to give Uniono a very comfortable 3-1 lead with only a couple minutes left. And all that's going to be stoppage time minutes. Cotswold sends it in. It gets headed around. Slab head sends it down. It finds De Groot's foot. One touch over to their strong foot and buried. 3-1 Uniono Sao Paulo. 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first. Hollywood FC looking, but it's taken away by Unio. But it's right back to Hollywood. FA over to Mograine. Mograine with it. Mograine looking. Sends it in. Headed, and it's Tommy Moff. Cutting it down to 1. But there's very little time left, but they're going to hurry this. Good play by Mograine. Beating Nelson with the cross, and Moff climbs over Cotswold and puts it in the net with the header. 3-2. Hollywood's not going away. Off the kickoff, Unio with it. Rubio over to Hashimoto. Up to Mulder. Mulder gets it up to Hashimoto. Hashimoto sends it into the box. It's cleared out. It's going to be a corner for Sao Paulo. And this is going to be something they take their time on. We're through the 2 minutes minimum. Some extra time added for the goal by Hollywood FC in extra time. Cotswold waits for the final whistle, and there it is, 3-2. Union of Sao Paulo beats Hollywood third time in a row this season, courtesy of Cotswold, Rubio, and De Groot. Pete Martell and Tommy Moff keeping it close for Hollywood FC. Possession favored Unio 57-43. 9 shots on target for Unio, 5 for Hollywood FC, and that is how we're going to wrap up the match day. Not much movement. I'm not going to be able to tell you all the movement. Hollywood FC stays the same. Cataluna gets 1 point for a draw, bumps them up to 19, but so they'll still stay second. Unio is on jump up to 15 points, staying in third. Reykjavik with the win jumps up to 14 points. Shanghai with the loss is going to stay at 10, and Shaylaw with the draw is going to move up to 5th. That's the only movement. Shanghai drops down to 6th. Shaylaw up to 5th. Thank you guys for watching this Majors First Division Match Day 11. I was your host, Patrick. Hope you guys have a great day. I love you, and bye.